Let's say I got kidnapped by people, and if I do not give them the answer to what is square root of 101, they will kill me. But I'm a calculus student, so I know something called linear approximation. Now, if I tell you what is the answer to the square root of 101, no one can tell me it, because it's just almost impossible. But we all know what's the square root of 100. We know it's 10. But how do we correlate that to linear approximation? So linear approximation has a function, and the function is L of x is equals to f of a plus the derivative of f of a times x minus a. Now you may be thinking there's a lot of f of x's, f of a's over here, but what is f of a? But we need to create another equation called f of x. The way I want you to think about this is this. See the square root of 101. If we have to make it a function, we just replace the number with x, right? So our function f of x can just be f of x is equals to the square root of 100. The square root of x. Because with this, I can put 101 in there and make it that. And I can do a lot of other stuff, right? Perfect. So we got f of x. But now we got something that we need, which is a. So how do you get a? A is the number closest to this that you know of. I know what square root of 100 is. So what is a? A will be 100. It won't be the square root of 100, it'll just be 100. So a is equals to 100. Then that looks like a 9. Yeah, so a is equals to 100. Now that we've got everything we need, let's do the equation. So L of x, let's make this a function. So what is f of a means? It means put a in the function of f of x. So if I'm going to put 100 in the function there, it'll be the root of 100, right? So f of a is basically a root of 100 plus what is the first derivative of f? And then in that first derivative, I need to put a, which is 100. Now, the first derivative of, so let's make it the first derivative of x. Now, the first derivative of x, to make that a derivative, you can rewrite square root of x to be 1 over 2. Now, to do this, you basically have to do the exponent law, where you can just take this. So you times the coefficient in front of the brackets by half, so it becomes a half x. But obviously now the half, you say minus 1, so it's a minus a half. Now let me put x to the minus half below. So this is my fraction 1 times that. So I can rewrite this as 1 over 2, and when I put the x in the bottom, it becomes x to the power of a half. But x to the power of half, which is 1 over 2, can be rewritten as the square root of x. So basically, my derivative of f of x is 1 over 2 root x. So if I put a in my derivative, which is 1 over 2 root x, I get 1 over 2 times the square root of 100. Now, I know the square root of 100 is 10. So 10 times 2 is 20, and it's 1 over 20. So I can just write 1 over 20 times x minus a. So x is just x. But what is a? A is 100. So x minus 100. Now, this is my final equation of my linear approximation. After I do this, I need to put in the number which I want. I want 101. So you just need to put 101 into x. So to do that, it's simple. You rewrite the equation with putting 101 in x. So square root of 100 plus 1 over 20 times x minus 100. What is x? You're putting x to be 101. So 101 minus 100 is just 1. Now, what is square root of 100? So now we're just simplifying this. That is 10. 10 plus 1 over 20 times 1 is just 1 over 20. And now to simplify this, what is 10 plus 1 over 20? Now, 1 over 20 can be rewritten as 0.2. Now you may be thinking, how come? Well, 1 over 20, how do you rewrite that as a fraction? 1 over 20 is 0.2, right? I think 0.02. Well, so let's say if we do not know. Now there's a trick here. 1 over 20. Let's say you do not know this. I want you to convert this in a percentage. So like the denominator will be 100. To make the denominator 100, now what I'm doing now, just if you know what's 1 over 20, what is it to decimals, and you can work this out, it's fine. But if you do not know it, times 5 over here, times 5 over here, because 20 times 5 is 100 and 5. So basically another way of 1 over 20 is like 5%. So what is 5%? 5%, it's 0.05. So if you never know what's 1 over 20, it's 0.05. So what's my final answer? My final answer will be 10.05. And that should be my approximate answer to this question mark. Now the final question is, will I be dead? So let me go to my calculator and put square root of 101. If I put square root of 101 in my calculator, I get 10.0498 and so on. Now, is my answer approximately right? Yes. To round this off, it's 10.05 and I got 10.05. So this is my actual answer versus my approximation. So as you could see, this is very helpful to get to the answer. Now, I should have put you approximately because this is not equal, so this is approximately. So you see, so at the end of the day, I actually got the answer right. So that's linear approximation.